Hello, and welcome to episode 4 of Kind of a Big Dill. I am your host, Joe, and I'm joined as always by Mr. Jameson. Say hello.
Hello.
There he is. For some reason, you got way louder all of a sudden.
Oh, I moved towards my mic
Ah, that'll do it.
like Tay.
Yes, you move toward the mic so you can be louder. Alright, so, first things first, it is May 30th, Tuesday, 2023. This is how fat I am. And let's go ahead and switch over to our sheet. And there it is. Okay, so our last podcast was on the 14th, I believe exactly 2 weeks ago. I clocked in at 378.4, you at 264.7. And today we are clocked in at 258.7. So you lost
Exactly six.
a very nice amount of weight, and I clocked in at 273.2. However, this is a little bittersweet because I was down to 370 at minus 35 pounds for 3 days in a row, but then I bounced back, and then yeah, I don't know, something's up with my scale. Like gaining 4 pounds, like, and I didn't really eat that poorly until this day after the weigh-in. So, and then I didn't even gain any weight. In fact, I lost weight. So I had a Zender's meal with my wife. We got there. We had reservations. Normally, this place has like 4 hour lines, and we got to go right in. And I'm looking at the menu, and it looks kind of weird. And then I figured out, and I asked the waitress, like, is everything all you can eat? Is that why the prices are so high? And she's like, yeah, and the portions are enormous. And I was like, that's not going to work for me. And she's like, do you want me to bring you a lunch menu? And I said, yeah, please do that. So, yeah, she brought that out, and I mean, the portions were still pretty big, and it was definitely not diet food, but I did one plate instead of four or whatever. I mean, people are in there for like 4 hours and just don't
Instead of
move.
four.
Yeah, the people around us like were there before we got there, and they were still there when we left. So, anyway, I lost 5.2 pounds. So, I mean,
Respectable.
I was down even more than that, but like it's still like what we say, like 2 3 pounds a week, and that's definitely where I'm at. So I'm happy with that. Um,
Solid progress.
yeah. So how's the working out going?
Good. Actually, I'm surprised how not sore I am. Like the first week was awful,
Yeah,
but the
usually
little
is.
app like yells at me and says like, "How did you feel at the end?" And like every single one, I had to be like, "Yeah, that wasn't hard." So it accelerated it by like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to die after the next one, and then it wasn't that bad, honestly, other than running in like 88-degree weather.
Right.
So I'm actually really surprised how easy running has been. I thought for sure, I mean, I weigh 108 pounds higher than I was last time I ran consistently,
Yeah.
and it's still not that bad. So yeah, it's interesting.
But that's good that even at a much higher weight, you're still able to do it and get through it.
Yeah.
You probably definitely want to take your rest days and not risk injury or anything like that. But
Oh yeah. Yeah, I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then that
hmm
gives me like the 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, which I need because that's
yeah,
like the third day of the week that I've did the run, so normally that's the hardest.
that's actually what I've been doing too. 3 days a week at the gym, and I I did one day running, but outside, man, it like my legs were sore. Like the front part of my legs were even sore for like 2 or 3 days after that, and I was like, I should probably just stick with the elliptical for now, and that way I can, I'm not walking and trotting. I'm actually running, which is what I like. Because at my weight, 373 pounds, it's just a lot of pressure on my joints and my muscles, and yeah. So like once I get down below 300, though, I'm hoping to start running. Oh, it looks like right here I had a personal best. I did 2.5 miles at 18 minutes and 52 seconds, which is nice. Um, yeah. So I don't know. I feel like I will say that the Memorial Day weekend here, like, it really messed with my head, man. I was just like, my wife bought all these like pies and stuff, and like, of course, I didn't eat it all, and she had all this snacks and like extra food, and then we went to Zender's, but it was really weird because like on this day, the next day, like I was really hungry, like the whole day, and it was super hard to just not eat. Um, and for the last like I don't know how many weeks, like I haven't been hungry, and I've been staying under calories. So like a day and a half of like going over your calories and eating like different foods, it really messed with me. So
That's interesting.
yeah, I I don't know if like and I've heard from several different sources that it is good for you to shock your system once in a while. Like you should go out and have, a meal that's different from what you normally eat and maybe a little bit higher on the calories. And then, then go back into your diet. Like, but I don't know, man. Like, I mean, the weight did come off, you know, afterwards, but like, I was just craving food. Like, we had, it was rotisserie chicken, but it's breaded, right? Yes, it definitely. You've had Zenders, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's breaded, and then there was mashed potatoes and stuffing. Not much on the lunch version of it, but like, and then there was gravy, and there was
But
some
it's
garlic
but it's
bread,
Zenders,
and
so
yeah, so it's probably smothered in oils and
multiply the regular amount of calories by like four,
yeah,
probably.
probably yeah. So no, it was definitely like too much, but like I feel like I should probably try not to do that like ever again.
Yeah, especially if
Like
you're reacting like that. Like that's
yeah, the next day like I didn't. I started out okay, but then I was just like, man, I'm so hungry, and then yeah, I ended up eating a little bit more, and like I didn't go crazy or anything, but it was noticeable. It was absolutely noticeable. And like today, I finally feel back to normal, and it's 2 days later. So
jeez.
um, yeah, got back into the routine. Had the protein shake for breakfast, the healthy bowl at lunch, and then like what did I do for dinner? Oh, I had some turkey sausage and like that's it. So
Huh.
yeah, not much today. So I'm definitely under my calories. But yeah, it's weird like how much of a and like I don't know, like I feel like depression too. It's affected my mood and like stuff is really pissing me off and man, that it's like one day is so unhealthy it seems. So, yeah, I think I'm just
I think a lot of it's like, I don't know. That's sort of why I don't like cheat days
right.
is because like to me, like it's not worth it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there's guilt involved with it. Like, oh, I fell off the wagon, and then it's like you almost feel like you're giving yourself the opportunity to like do it again and
Right.
again and again. I mean, sort of like someone we both know. But
I don't know what you're
you
talking
know,
about.
but yeah, it's one of those things where I'm just like, I think it's a really slippery slope. Like, it's super easy to
Yeah.
fall into that trap and be like, oh, it's fine. It's just one meal. It's just a holiday. It's just this thing. And it's like, well, not really, because like you're no longer making healthy choices anymore. You're just making a whole bunch of exceptions.
Yep.
So like, because like we did something on Memorial Day and they did tacos. And normally I'd be like, dude, I'll put down like 5 hard shell
Heck
tacos,
yeah.
stacked to the brim. But what did I do this time? Grabbed a bowl, threw the meat in a bowl, threw some cheese in there, some lettuce, tomato,
Right. The
and just mix it
veggies.
all up in a bowl
Right.
and ate it that way. And like, yeah, was it a bit more than I normally eat? Sure. But it was still significantly better than
And
pounding
and
like 5 tacos.
you didn't mess with your chemistry. Like that's the important part. Like I had a bunch of carbs and
Yeah.
sugar and whatever else is in there. So yeah.
Yeah. So I think it, like I said, I think it's a very dangerous, slippery slope. I think you can run into that where you're just like, it's just Memorial Day. It's just Thanksgiving and Christmas and this and that. I mean,
Mm.
obviously Thanksgiving and Christmas are probably going to be, rough times anyways, just
Just
because,
got to deal with
yeah,
it.
dude, there's food everywhere. But
Yeah.
I think it's really about making the better choices.
Right.
Like if you can make those choices, then you're going to be in a better situation. Like maybe eat more turkey instead of stuffing,
Right. Right.
because like turkey is great. I mean, it's full of protein, it's low on
Lean.
calories, carb. Yeah, exactly. It's
Mhm.
super lean. So it's, yeah. But Zenders, there's not a single healthy choice on that menu. Like you're just
No.
between a rock and a hard place on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it was I mean, I had a blast, a good time. We did walk several miles like while we were there, and me and my wife had a great time, and I was happy that the weather was nice and I got to spend time with my wife. I love her to death, and we have a great relationship and things are going well. So I'm happy for that. But yeah, it just the amount it messed with my like moods, my chemistry, I guess we'll call it, to encompass everything. Like the weight gain is one thing, but for it to like affect my sleep and my mental health and my emotions, and it's just like when I've been so good for what are we on day 92, for 90 days before that I was rock solid. I mean, it's been hard, but it's been like my life has been significantly, the quality of life has improved since doing this, and that's really
Right.
really important too. And I think I lost sight of that because so much of this has just been, this is how fat I look and this is what the scale says. But like there's so many other components to this, and
Yeah, I
um
mean that's just one piece, like the
mhm.
weight number. And I mean there's so many. I mean my energy levels have been through the roof. Like
Yeah.
especially when I get home from a run, like holy crap, like I can ride that high for like 4 hours. And it's like just nuts. Like and it's probably cuz, you're breathing in so much more oxygen and everything.
Mhm.
But man, like I don't know. When I get done with a run and I look at the time and I look at the miles and I'm just like, okay, I almost just ran 3 miles, like outside in 88-degree heat,
Mhm.
and I don't feel like I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Like, that's a pretty nice accomplishment,
Yep.
and it should translate easily over to walking around Las Vegas in the heat.
Yeah. I keep
We're not
thinking
going to be
about that.
dragging like we used to, especially if you walked multiple miles in Frankenmuth. I mean, that's multiple miles in Vegas should be
While
just as simple.
while carrying a really heavy foldable chair,
Yeah.
and my wife's less heavy foldable chair. Mine's bigger because obviously I need a chair that can support
Need
my weight.
more chair.
Yeah, a little more chair than her, but
But yeah, I
um,
mean, that's what I'm saying. And you won't have chairs to carry. So, you made it through that just fine.
right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm already feeling much better, and yeah, if I lose another 30 pounds before we go, that it'll be significant. Plus, like we're not getting big seats on the plane this time, so yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be nice to be smaller and not taking
Yeah,
up
that's
so much space.
that's definitely motivation to keep at it. I mean,
Yep.
how many days do we got left? It's what, the
It
November.
it says. Oh, let me move this. 156 because I had to readjust it like in here because we actually changed the date that we're going. So
Oh, yeah.
right here, I changed it
Oh,
to
I see. Yeah,
yes.
you added it.
This should be accurate now. 156.
156. So
Uh,
if you figure 156, so that's 369, 12. That's 5 months.
yeah.
Almost to the dot.
Yep.
So 5 months and a week. And we've only been at this for 3 months. Will
90,
be in
92
2 days.
days. Yeah, 92 days.
Yeah. So that's crazy if you think about that. So we've only been at it for 92 days. We almost have twice as much time left before Vegas. Almost.
Oh man, that's weird to think of it like that.
You know what I mean? Like, because it's
And
156 days.
while normally the beginning weight comes off faster, mine actually didn't. That
No, yours kind of stayed the course,
yeah,
actually.
like
Like, if anything, I
I'm
think you're
losing
ramping
faster
up a
now.
bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because of the working out and being more strict with the diet and what was it, podcast 2, we
Yeah, we
we
fixed your.
found out that I was eating too much and
Yeah.
yeah,
But
that
that's what I'm
was
saying. So, like, think about that. You almost have twice as much time left now.
yeah,
So, if you're down right now, total
31 point
31 pounds. So let's say even if you stayed the course, and let's just make it around 30, you could potentially lose 60 more pounds before Vegas.
what? Wow.
Think about that.
60 more pounds. I would almost be at 300.
You could potentially lose 60 pounds before Vegas.
That's
If
crazy.
everything stayed exactly the same. And that's like
Yeah.
not taking into account, like, obviously your exercise is ramping up.
Right.
Like, if mine stays exactly the same, I'm gonna be the crypt keeper by the time we leave to go to Las Vegas. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that would be an additional 91 pounds, which I think would actually overshoot what I'm aiming for. Yes, it would. That would
We
be
we,
too much.
we started working out. It wasn't till like right here, right? Like the 15th, like the third podcast we talked about starting to work out. So yeah, we
Yeah,
I've only been doing it for 2 weeks. That's crazy.
yeah. Like, I looked at my app thing. Let me pull it up right now.
Cuz
So
I
I've
feel like I've
only.
been doing it much longer. Like I ran today and I did really well. Like I was running pretty fast. Like I think I did 2 miles in like I don't know 14 minutes or something. Like it
So
was
I've only ran 7 days. So that's how long it's been. So you figure 3 days a week. It's been 2 weeks in a day.
yeah. So we're in our third week then.
Yeah, so we're just midway through our third week of starting the exercise,
Right, right. I didn't work out yesterday because the holiday,
which
but
is just crazy. Like,
yeah,
I mean, even if you did exactly what you're doing now, and like you lost another 31.8 pounds, and I lost another 46 pounds before Vegas,
yeah.
like
It'd
that
still
would
be
be.
62 pounds less than last time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I mean, I have the pants that I wore last time, and I actually put on the hoodie that I got last time when I went to Motor City yesterday. And dude, I was swimming in that thing. Like, it does not fit at all. So,
Nice.
by the time we end up leaving, like, you're probably gonna have to get a new wardrobe because if you're down 60 pounds, dude, none of your clothes are gonna fit.
Yeah, they're already starting to loosen up, and my shirts are a little bit lower, like
Yeah,
a little bit taller on me now. So like I'm already seeing a difference, but nothing
yeah.
crazy. I'm definitely not down a size or whatever, but
But I mean, another 30 pounds, and
Yeah.
you definitely will be. And there's
Yeah.
still an absolute ton of time left. So I think it's been going pretty darn good. We just gotta stay the course and not let not let Zenders get at you.
Yeah, so I think my wrap up analogy here, or whatever you want to call it, is that, you know, just don't do the cheat days. It's not worth it. And, like, continue to move forward with the exercise because I'm able to go faster and farther, like, every other time that I do it. So I'm definitely feeling improvements. So, yeah. Anything for you?
I think one thing I'll add is my sleep has been interesting.
Hmm.
So I wear my watch and my Apple Watch Ultra. And before doing all this, or when we started, my sleep quality and length was terrible.
Hmm.
And it's not that I wasn't going to sleep at the right times. It just wasn't. Uh, I wasn't hitting my sleep goal, is what they call it.
Okay.
And somewhere down the line, I'd have to look at my stats, and I'll probably go into details with it next time. I managed to sleep through the night and hit my sleep goals every single day,
Hmm.
and it's been consistent ever since. So
Nice.
like it obviously it has some type of an effect on my sleep quality and
Well, it's
ability
probably
to
why you have
like
more
have
energy too.
right and have deeper sleep, or I just sleep better and less restless sleep. So like that's another, really positive side effect to this whole thing is like, a couple months ago I was going to sleep at a reasonable time, but it would say I only slept for 4 hours.
Oh wow,
And it's like, now I'm sleeping anywhere between 6 and 8 hours, and am hitting all my sleep goals. So
that's
just one
huge.
other thing to take into consideration is like, wow, I can't believe the effect that has. I
I
imagine for other people it probably
I
does too.
wonder, yeah, what mine would be because like I know I'm sleeping better, 100%. Like I do fall asleep faster, and I don't wake up in the middle of the night anymore, and that used to happen every single night. So I don't wake
Yeah,
up until my alarm goes off.
I bet yours is the same way.
Yeah,
Like I bet if you were tracking it, like your sleep quality has probably increased significantly because I mean there's no way it hasn't. I mean
it's yeah,
mine
it's at
obviously
least
did.
6.5 to like 8 hours every night now.
Yeah, that's what you want to aim for anyways. You need that for recovery, but
Yeah,
yeah, I'll be digging into it more in the next couple weeks just to see if it stays the same. But I mean, it's been consistent for 2 or 3 weeks now, so
yeah.
I don't imagine it getting any worse.
All right, sounds good. So the next one we'll do in 2 weeks. It'll be the fifth episode, and my goal is to be in the 360s, and you should be in the low 250s. So
Yeah.
that'll be good to see. So, all right, we'll see you guys next time.